Take you to Gatundu, which is the hometown and the home constituency of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Gladys Gashanja, good morning. What is happening?
Good morning to you, Larry Modoy. Yes, we are in Gatundu South, to be precise, at the Mutomo Primary School, Wali, one of the polling stations in Kiambu County. Now, let's look at the statistics first. Remember, this is the second most populous in as far as the registered voters are concerned. It has 1.18 million voters, and as such, it has 1,963 polling stations, and this is one of the polling stations that's actually handling around 675 voters. Now, as we know that the president will be coming to vote here because this is his hometown and, of course, his polling station, a lot of anticipation for the president to come and cast his vote from those that are already here. Polling, or rather the voting, started promptly at 6 a.m. We've been talking to the presiding officers, and they said when they got here, guys had started already lighting up, very excited, anxious, but also anticipating for the process to go well. We've seen both young and old come here and vote. Those that are elderly have been assisted by those that they've come with, and also some of the IEBC members that are also assisting them. But also something else to keep in mind is that this is the county, or rather the constituency, that is of the Member of Parliament, that is Moses Kuria. He will not be voting here, he'll be voting elsewhere. But as you know, in the news in the past couple of weeks, he's been very adamant that everyone needs to come out from his constituents and make a point in as far as voting is concerned. Now, to give you a little bit more feeling of what's been happening here since 6 a.m., I'm joined by one of the presiding officers here, saying that the polling station has three streams, and her name is Anne. Anne, good morning. How has the process been so far?
Good morning to you. The process has been good, smooth, but we had a little hitch with the rain. But the voters have come out handy and excited to vote.
Okay, in as far as logistics are concerned, the KIMs, the voter, how is everything working as it should?
In fact, this time round, the KMs is working better than it did on 8th. So we are very happy about it. We don't have many forms to fill, and the voters are excited about it.
675 registered voters. What time do you think you probably will be done with the balloting?
Yeah, now with the KMs behaving well, we are going to finish by 5. So we have 675 per polling station for 3 polling stations. So I'm just heading one of the polling stations with 675 voters. So by 5 p.m. I should be done.
Okay, now when you start actually tallying these votes, what time do you think we should be working with for you to actually now report back to the returning officer?
Yeah, it being one elective post, I should be through by 6:30 to 7 p.m. So I should be at the tallying center by around 8.
Now, definitely all eyes are on Mutomo Primary School because this is where the president will be coming to cast his vote. How prepared are you?
We are very prepared. We even have a special platform for him and even a special table for him in the stream number 3. Yes.
Okay, this has always been his polling station, and of course speaking to most of the people on the line, they are looking forward to actually come watch him as he casts his vote. Security concerns, of course, have come up. Are you actually looking out for that?
Yes, we are very excited. We are looking up for that. We have had tight security since yesterday. Media is here. All is rolling well.
All right, thank you so much, and I wish you the best. As you've heard, a lot of anticipation and actually excitement, even as the polling station at Mutomo Primary School goes on to take the voters as they come from far and wide. If my camera guy can actually pan and see the lines that are there, and it's interesting, the mix of both young, old, men, women, children, and there's a certain family that I have been following up that were very patriotic in as far as how their dress is concerned. But before we get to them, let me just get a feeling of those that are on the line. Habari ya asubuhi?
Nzuri sana.
Jina lako?
Priscilla.
Umekuja na mvua haijakufungia, una expect nini?
Tuna expect watu watakuja kwa wingi to vote juu ndio inafaa tufanye.
Na wale walikuwa wanasema mkae nyumbani.
Hiyo hatuwezi. Kama tumeambiwa to vote ni lazima.
All right, asante sana.
Mzuri.
Jina lako?
Peter Mirure.
Umetoka upande gani na ulifika hapa saa ngapi?
Sagali. nafika saa moja na nusu.
Saa 1:30. Aya, na umejitolea kabisa kupiga kura yako?
Ndio.
Na wale ambao bado hawajafika ungetaka kuambiaje?
Wacha na hiyo. Wacha na hiyo makae.
Haya, asante. Good morning.
Morning too.
What's your name?
Majina yangu ni Virginia Wairimu.
Na umetoka mbali ama mvua ilikufungia?
Nimetoka Ishaweri. Mimi ni neighbor ya Uhuru. Nimefika hapa saa 1:30. Na bado ninasukuma laini, niko karibu.
Sasa kama neighbor wa president, are you looking forward to see him?
Nangojea, nimemngojea sana.
Kwa hivyo harakishe.
Harakisha akuje.
Right. As you can hear, a lot of excitement as they await the president to come and cast his vote. We are told by sources from the Jubilee parties that he will be heading this way anytime from 10 a.m. So we are expecting him to be here from 10 a.m. These lines will go on up until 5 p.m. As you heard from the one of the presiding officers. As I said earlier on, there are 3 presiding officers, each manning the 3 streams that make Mutomo Primary School. Remember, 675 registered voters in this polling station, and it is part of the larger Kiambu County that has 12 constituencies. So a lot of numbers making their way into the different polling stations across the county. And of course, as we've been told and informed, is that the Member of Parliament, Moses Kuria, will be casting his vote also anytime now. He was seen coming from Nairobi this morning, so we're expecting to have news of him having cast his vote. He's been very adamant that his constituents needs to come out and make a statement on this day that they are doing a fresh presidential election to make sure that the numbers tally as they did the last time, if not supersede that they had the last time. Well, Larry, a lot going on, and of course, very, very cold weather here. The rains have been on and off, but we shall stay put as we bring to you #Decision 2017 from Kiambu County, to be specific, Gatundu South. Over to you.
All right, many thanks, Gladys. Stay with me, Gladys. Don't go away just yet. I just want to show everybody this shot is from Kibra constituency in our nation's capital. And there's people voting right now. It's not a big crowd, but there's a handful of people who are here at Kibra constituency who are voting peacefully. So we just wanted to bring that to your attention. We're going to keep that shot on the air. We've got a lady and a gentleman there who just voted, and somebody else also having their details checked in the Keems kit. So as we watch that signal, I want to come back to Gladys. You know, the thing I noticed about the interviews you've done is everybody is so enthusiastic. The IBC official has a special platform for the president. The lady is really looking forward from Ishaweri to meeting the president. Everybody appears to be in such a great mood.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it's Christmas over this side of town. Well, Christmas came early for some of them. And speaking of which, I finally have the family that I was looking for. A very patriotic family. And if my cameraman can take a full shot of them, they literally are dressed in the colors of the flag. And let me have a word with him to just understand where they're coming from. Majina yako?
My name's James Kimani Joroge. I come from Nyeri, but I work at Thika, so I registered to Mutomo Primary School because this is the place where the history start of Kenya. So I love this place, and I urge all Kenyans to vote peacefully. Even if I'm voting here, I urge all the Kenyans to vote peacefully.
Okay, so why are we dressed in the colors of the national flag, and clearly this is a family affair?
One, I respect this country. Comes with me. Let me say that I will remain patriotic. Yeah. Okay. I will remain patriotic even if I go anywhere else. This is my country. All right. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for speaking to us, Larry. As you can see, a very patriotic family, the father, the wife, the son, all dressed in the colors of the national flag, saying that they stand with this country no matter rain or shine. And as you said, other parts of the country, some of the places that had actually been said will not vote, some have actually come out to vote. Interestingly enough, we are also talking to some of the people and they're saying they really do not mind wherever you come from as long as you're peaceful as you cast your vote. So again, interesting attitude going into this fresh presidential election, and maybe a very good breath of fresh air, if you may call it as such. And we shall continue to follow up on how that goes, even as we go through the day. And it looks like the weather is not going to keep anyone in their homes. They are all coming out in droves. And whether you're old, the young, you shall get the assistance you need just as long as you make your way to any of the polling stations around you. Larry?
Okay, Gladys, I had a follow-up for the family because I wonder whose idea it was to dress up because somebody must have stitched it together and they must have thought through it. And I think the ladies' braids are also in the color of the national anthem. Did you notice that? So that must have taken some, it's a project. It's a proper project.
Yes, actually. Well, it is actually his family project because even the lady has her hair braided in the same. Mama watoto, jina lako?
Kwa majina naitwa Esther Wanziro. Nimetoka Thika, nimekuja kupigia kura huku Gatundu. Juu napenda hii Gatundu sana.
Sasa nywele yako inakaa kama vile umevaa. Sasa ulienda kwa saluni ukamwambia tafute kila rangi ama ulijipangaje?
Kwanza nilijipanga nikatafuta bendera ya Kenya. Yes.
Alafu kuvaa hivi ni mzee alisema ama wewe ndio ulikuwa na hii idea?
Napendelea hiyo kitu sana kwa familia. Yeah. Okay. As a family.
So nyinyi wazalendo kabisa. Oh.
So as we unite together, we want Kenya to unite together. Yeah.
Okay, there you have it, Larry. Well, it is a family affair and everyone was pulling their weight, including the little Toto. Toto? Sasa?
Kenya, sema Kenya.
Well, again, Larry, it's a family affair, interesting times, and as they're saying, this is their way of showing their patriotism, whatever the case may be. And of course, you can imagine with the times we've been seeing in the past couple of weeks in the country, it is really refreshing to see people that stand with their country as it is and also walk the talk, if you may call it that. Larry?
Okay, so to recap, so we're expecting President Kenyatta to vote there around 10 a.m. according to your sources?
Yes, according to sources, they say he will be leaving Nairobi and should be getting here anytime from 10 a.m. And it looks like there is also a setup, sort of a dais ready for him just in case he wants to speak to us. But looking at the reins and considering that this is very significant for him, that dais has been set up and he probably will be speaking to not only the media but also the voters that will be here when he comes. And therefore 10 a.m. is what we are working with, give or take, but I guess we shall be seeing the presidential motorcade making its way to Motomo Primary School from around 10 a.m.